thing is, I haven't actually seen a PS5 like actually next to people, like in very weird angles and stuff like that. Like, been saying how whenever I see this next to a human body, it looks like it is the size of a torso. A person's torso from waist to neck seems like it's just huge, right? Like it's the size of a radiator in a car. So I'm kind of curious to see what this looks like. It's bigger than the Series X. I can tell you the Series X is not that big. Let me see what this thing looks like, okay? So we're not talking about Xbox right now. Holy fuck! It's a bookshelf! Holy shit! Holy shit! This bitch is huge! Wow, that's impressive. It's a good thing I don't give a shit about what it looks like because it's gonna be running Demon Souls and Spider-Man at launch, right? It's a good thing I don't give an absolute... What really matters here is that its size is not important at all. I mean, it might end up becoming important when you start thinking about where the fuck I'm gonna put it. However, what it has, what spits out of this thing is what's more important, right? What actually ends up hitting the screen is important. Maybe this is just a very tiny man. Oh, Type A USB, okay. Yay! We still believe in LAN ports. The exhaust port. The entire back is the exhaust port. Oh, wait. I just realized you can't put this thing on its side normally. You have to disassemble it. Wow. Okay. I thought it just was up or the side. This is going to rotate to the fact that it will support the system on its side. Okay, that's a good call. Yeah, look at this. Look at how fucking weird this is. It almost looks like it's melted. Look how weird that is. Like, I don't know. It's just interesting hardware design is all I'm going to say. Very interesting. So if those are easy to come off, then we're definitely going to be replacing that shit, right? Yeah, the PS3 is the current reigning king of fat-ass PlayStations, right? PS3 launch. I have an extra one. I'll show you guys how big that shit is, and it's heavy. Oh, I know this is way bigger. I'm saying the king. This isn't out yet, right? The current king is a PS3 launch. That shit was fatter than a PlayStation 4, PlayStation Pro. That is a huge intake. Holy fuck. That is a... You telling me that's not going to make noise in 3 months? I mean, I get it. Everyone was saying that the PlayStation 5 is... people that have had hands-on with the PS5 are saying that it's super quiet, but fans eventually make more noise, you know? OG Xbox is really big. Yeah, no. OG Xbox, I can tell you, I'm looking at fucking 3 of them. OG Xbox is a VCR. Is bigger than most VCRs. The OG Xbox is king of fat fucking systems. Pretty clean. It's a clean looking board. Can we just mention that Sony finally pulling their head out of their ass in the PS4 generation was the greatest thing that could have happened to video games? Can we just mention that them not designing like the PlayStation 5 is going to have 6 hamsters that have been genetically modified to process information at a rate that is faster than the speed of light? Like some emotion engine bullshit. Yeah, Mark Cerny definitely helped out with that. Like some crazy cell processing. This thing can launch nukes. Remember all that dumb shit? My god, dude. Like, why the Xbox gained so much traction with the Xbox 360 era is that developing games for the Xbox 360 was way easier. Not fast enough. 448 gigabytes per second. Wow. Curious where, like, the graphics processing is taking place. What do you need to cool on this bitch? Oh, holy fuck. Well, there you go. The heatsink is the size of a 3090. There's where all the size... There's why they needed a system. Holy shit! This'll give it a year or two, and this won't be the case anymore, right? Just give this a couple of years, and you're gonna. This is all gonna be mitigated into something half the size, and will produce like 1/3 the heat or some shit like that. Nice integrated power supplies. I mean, it makes the systems bigger, but it's so much better. I think the biggest shocker is the size of the heatsink. When he takes this thing out, it is crazy big. Holy shit. That entire thing dedicated just to relaying heat. From my uneducated brain, it seems like there was clearly a heating issue that they did not have enough time to engineer a way around it. So what did they have to do? They have to make the system the size of a desk. I mean, just for visual comparison, it's not exactly at its waist. It's down to his legs, but this thing is like, it's tall, sure, but it's not like super wide. It doesn't take up a shit ton of space. It's very different from the extreme striking size of a fucking PlayStation. It honestly looks like one of those mini PC towers. The heatsink is big, but it's like half the size. Once again, the heat sinks on these systems a large portion of the real estate. However, the heatsink on the PlayStation 5 is twice as big. 12 volts at 21. See, I mean, well, here's the problem is that, yeah, Xbox is doing this cool shit and their loading is faster and their old games run better. Well, but is there any Xbox Series X games? I mean, at least with the PS5, it's actually running on, you know, some actual next generation games. There's no footage of new Xbox games yet. There's no like, this is this game running on an Xbox Series X. Like, it doesn't really. There's not much. Halo Infinite was running on PC. It wasn't that Halo Infinite was lacking processing power, that the system wasn't allowing Halo Infinite to look as good as possible. No, Halo Infinite just looked bad. We're in this weird state where the Xbox has a lot of really cool stuff that they're showing off, but everything the Xbox is showing off is technically from 2 to 5 year old games. Like there's reasons to invest, but it's like they're promising a bright future with all this shit that they're saying and all these companies that they've bought. There's clearly going to be a very bright future for Xbox down the line somewhere for a lot of people. It's just at the moment, at its launch, it's Games Pass, right? It's Game Pass being like, hey, you buy our system, you get hundreds of these fucking games for free, or for very little. What is it, $1 for the first month? And then it's like $15. I had to make the change recently, dude. My stupid brain, I had to check, was still paying for Xbox Gold. My stupid brain was paying $59.99 a year still, not realizing that if I pay $14.99 for Xbox Game Pass, I get Xbox Live Gold included in that $14.99 a month, and I get literally hundreds of free games. Isn't $59.99 a year cheaper than $15 a month? Right. But what was I getting at $59.99 a year? At $5 a month, I was getting access to just to be able to play the games online. Just online functionality, right? And at $15 a month, it's 200 fucking games. So I was like, oh shit. And granted, not a lot of games on Game Pass. I already played a lot of them, and I already have enjoyed most of the ones I would enjoy. For me, it's not really Microsoft games now aren't really big. Like, there's no direct MS games that make me go like, there's really not much. Oh, those sort of games are all on PlayStation. They're all PS5 games. It's just for the sake of people that can't afford, you know, to buy a game a month, which is going to be a lot of people. That Games Pass shit is a good deal. It's not specifically for me. I got the chance to see it for the first time in person, but fuck. You get a lot of shit for. It is Microsoft Netflix for games. I'm sure the top of that system gets pretty warm, you know? I'm sure it does. I'm sure if you're blocking the heat vent, it's probably a problem, but it sits on its side and it sits vertically. So as long as that's not pushed up against a wall, I'm sure if you put your hand over it, it's definitely warm, right? Just grace your hand right over the top of that thing, you'd feel some air coming out, you know? it definitely would be like, oh, that's warm air. Of course it's warm air. But would it burn your hand? I mean, theoretically, if I put my hand over it, it wouldn't burn my hand. It would just be warm. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. Yeah, they're going over stuff that we already are kind of aware. This was before the PlayStation 5 was actually revealed. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely an interesting teardown for the PS5. If PS5 runs Bloodborne at 60 FPS, that'll make the system worth it. Yeah, absolutely.